And go live.
Are we?
We're live.
But live where? We're not live on YouTube.
Are we not live on YouTube? It should be.
We should be live on YouTube.
We should be live. Refresh it.
How do I...
We got 3 viewers. That's
Oh, we are live.
Yay! Okay, cool.
Hi, everybody.
Hi!
This is our first Machina Corps live stream YouTube thing, and my God, I see us on our phone.
I see us on the...
On my phone.
So you're monitoring them.
All right, so I'm the monitor in the background here. This is not at all what we had planned, but this is what we got.
This is what we got. So this is what we're doing. We're gonna wait a little bit for people to get into the thing.
So yeah, we're here celebrating the launch. Otherwise, we're gonna also use this as a video for the week, and we're just gonna talk all things God Machine.
Yeah, it should be pretty cool. Sorry, I'm like, it's going somewhere.
That's right. So we have a soft launch, and that is the Tea Party. I'm gonna try. Well, let me try to get this.
Okay.
The Tea Party at the edge of forever.
Yes.
Today is the Tea Party at the edge of forever, which is, even though it's a soft launch, this was in the script when you first showed me the God Machine Volume 2, and I sat there and read it. This is the very first thing I read, and I remember thinking it was hilarious. So that's up today. You want to tell people what that is?
Yeah, so for all of you joining, I did a little mini comic, as Steve just said, and it was something that I knew that I needed to write for the beginning of Volume 2. So, it'd been a while since Volume 1 had come out. And so I wrote this a long fucking time. But I just wanted something very light and fluffy and cute and really bringing that God Machine humor to everything. Also, I wanted to feature the kitties because the kitties barely showed up in Volume 1. So that's Angel Kitty, Double Kitty, and the not infamous, that's the wrong usage of term, the cult favorite Limbo Kitty.
Chen is forever trying to learn what infamous means.
I used to think it just meant that you were famous, but you were on the down low or something like that. I don't know.
Completely different. It's got an actual definition. But
it's got an actual definition that I have not used
for years. You've been using this incorrectly all over the place. They're not infamous this, infamous that.
Oh, somebody had to...
Yeah, if you don't see us, refresh and maybe you'll see us, but you won't know that because you don't see us.
Hopefully people are paying attention to the chat. Yay! Thank you, Violinist Productions. Thank you. Appreciate that. If don't want to get too in-depth just yet, but let me introduce myself if you don't know who I am. I'll do some little softball. I'm Chandra Free. And this is my husband and cohort.
I'm cohort Stephen Emond. I am the other half of Machina Corps.
Yay, that's us. And we are wife and husband and wife duo. We make comics, and hopefully sometime together we'll do comics.
I know, it's forever on the docket. I feel like that's the clear path forward, and yet we're just busy with things.
Oh, Acronol! Yay! Hi, honey.
You've done a better job than me.
Yeah. you're in charge of the comments.
Well, look, there's a little heart over part of the text, which makes it hard to actually read. But
hold on, let me.
Can you move it? Oh, you can move it.
Oh, dang. I just did technology. Anyways, I have been in the comics industry since 2007, approximately around there. Got my start doing some pitches, various other projects over the years. Oh God, 2007 was a long time ago. What about yourself, my love?
I have been in comic, wrote a movie screenplay, and we had a director attached, and all kinds of cool meetings, and nothing happened with that. Then I did some young adult novels. I did 3 YA novels that were illustrated and written, so I was kind of pulling from my comics background, because that's what I always assumed I would do growing up, is I wanted to be a comic book artist. But I did 3 young adult novels: Happy Face, Wintertown, and Bright Lights, Dark Nights. And since then, we've been playing around with self-publishing. I worked on a few young adult novels that did not end up going anywhere. Lately, we're trying to make self-publishing happening, make Machina Corpse happen. We're doing YouTube videos and webcomics and all kinds of fun things.
Ooh. Looks like there's some chat going on.
Oh, I'm not good at this. Hi, John Chadwick.
You're in charge of that.
Wasn't
But
it?
you were talking. You were talking.
Do you want me just looking at the side the whole time? You
No,
can
I
see it
don't.
as
I
well
can
as
see
can.
it.
Moderate yourself.
Moderate myself. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Everybody, see?
Meanwhile, you're interviewing me, and I'm going
I
on about.
know.
My explanation was longer than yours. But the God Machine is kind of, so you've done Fraggle Rock, you've done stuff with John Carpenter, you've done all kinds of cool stuff, but God Machine is like, that's your magnum opus, your epic, your grand thing that you've been doing since you were a teenager.
Yeah, since I was about 17, 18 years old, I came up with the God Machine. That was in my senior year of high school. And I have grown, and so has it with me, and I can't shake it. It's like a paralysis demon that just sits in the corner, like feeding off of my fear and all that.
That doesn't make you want to read it. The paralysis demon.
The paralysis demon of
interested.
Chandra Free. Hi, John, and Acronel. Okay, yeah, it wasn't that long ago. Okay, 2007 feels like a long time ago.
Yeah, in 3 years it'll be 20 years. Just like a college student. It's going to college.
It's going to college. God Machine's gonna go to college. Well, that was 99 that I created God Machine.
Okay.
2007 was when I started in
Right.
comics.
So it's really
it's
25.
Wow, 25 years old. 25 years of sleep paralysis demon hanging out in my head. That's what I'm going to call it. The back of volume 2 will say Chandra Free's sleep paralysis demon that will not leave her room.
It's kind of accurate because so much, like a lot of the story you created, even the story that you're telling now, even volume 2, which is just starting to come out now, is something that you had plotted back in the days of being an angsty,
Angsty
20
something
yeah.
year old. Yeah. And I mean, I started like really Bibling it out in my late 20s, 30s, early 30s. Hey, it's Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa.
Hey. But yeah, I started making a Bible of all these chapters, all these things that I've just been indexing in my head. So it's not just in my head, it actually exists somewhere, like ready to go, like 10 volumes of nonsense.
It's intense. I remember like you telling me, I didn't know what I was getting into when you started talking about what the story is. Because
talk your ear off.
when we first started hanging out, I was like, whatever happened with it? Blah.
Yeah.
Like you got up to like 13 volumes, and the story just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's like a lot of, I don't know, like anime and manga, which is an influence of yours, but that way, as the story goes, it starts at this kind of small character base, and it just gets bigger and bigger, and
And
encompasses all of life
Yeah.
and death and beyond. Like, it's crazy how much story there is.
And I worry, and I'm going to try as I work through this, getting it out there, to not do what typical animes do, which is it starts off all kooky and funny, and then like all of a sudden it goes like super dark, and it's no turning back. Everything's sad and depressing and epic.
Is Vanessa right here? Did you have 30 volumes planned at one point?
No, but I
remember hearing up to about 13.
Yeah, I wonder. Heck, I might have been crazy at one point. I mean, certifiable, I'm sure. But I don't know. I don't know, Vanessa. Did I say that? Did I say that with a Mai Tai in my hand?
Vanessa's like, here's the 20 volumes you forgot about. It's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
I gotta get moving.
Vanessa's the Chad whisperer. What's the next question?
Well, okay, so today we have posted
30.
Something. 30 volumes would be something for sure. Yes, it would. Way back, we may have been drinking.
So my ties were probably involved.
Don't drink, you get too ambitious.
I believe it.
So today we're posting the Tea Party at the Edge of Forever, which is a fun recap comic. So as much as The God Machine is about angst and darkly coming of age and monsters and gods and horror. 4 pages?
It's 4 pages.
4 pages.
And it says 6 pages on Global Comics, but that's because there's a cover and an end credit.
So Global Comics is where it's at. So if you've read Volume 1, you've probably found it in a bookstore. You've got a nice hardcover thing. If you're really lucky, you've picked up the Volume 1 revision, which is our Machina Corpse version, which we'll get into. But right now, Volume 2 is finally starting, and it's on Global Comics. Do you want to explain what that is? So you have to go to the Global Comics website, which is very important.
Yes. So on Global Comics, which you can find at machinacorpse.com, that's the little hub where you can read John Died on a Monday or The God Machine.
Right, that's the easy way to get there. Machinacorpse.com is going to redirect you over to Global Comics.
Yeah, but you can search for The God Machine on Global Comics, and they'll probably give you the actual page that has all the chapter breakdowns. But currently I have the remastered edition of God Machine that came out through Machina Corpse up online there to read for free. And you can also purchase a digital download for a meager little sum, and you can read it all. So you can get caught up. But if you need to have the quick, because you can't go through 180 pages, the recap will do okay job. It's really it's just so super cute. But coming on Thursday will be the first intro to Volume 2. We pick up exactly where we left off, and it will be updating every Thursday. I was going to do a Tuesday, Thursday, but unfortunately my health isn't allowing me to do so, and my other projects and whatnot, so we're going to just do Thursday for right now, and hopefully we can change that in the future to where we have 2 updates a week.
Yeah.
So
it was definitely ambitious.
I think it was
I know you're excited.
I was excited.
But it makes sense to have a pace that you know you can meet. If you're going faster than that, stockpile it. So you know it's going to be every Thursday we're going to have something. And if some big project swoops in or you're having wrist problems, I mean, there's all kinds of life things that get in the way. I've done it when I first started editing all these YouTube videos. We were posting 3 videos a week because it was just so exciting. And I know I had the bug when we were just recording 20 videos at a time and editing, and then I burned out and it was just too much. So it's Slow and steady wins the race.
Sure.
I learned that on Care Bears.
Wait, Care Bears?
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race.
I learned it from like Bugs Bunny and the hare versus the tortoise.
Care Bears probably stole it.
And I'm sure Bugs Bunny stole it from something else. Hey John, would you like to weigh in on this? Let's see. I'm online. Well, actually, cool. But yeah, Global Comics, we're trying to build a presence there. We're trying to really, like, I want to do God Machine there for as long as I can. And I'm very excited about it because Captain Katz.
Aesop Fables. I missed Aesop Fables. Oh, that's where Slow and Steady wins the race.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Aesop Fables.
Yeah.
Aesop stole it from Bugs Bunny, I believe.
I mean, I'm sure the writers on Care Bears are like, you know that Bugs Bunny.
I think it was the rapper A$AP Rocky.
Something about Global Comics. Like Global Comics is a great spot to be.
Care Bears are notorious thieves. It's true. Those little heart rays that they shoot, tummy rays.
They're
almost.
like they're tractor beams, actually.
Yeah, it's just mining for data.
They're
The original AI.
The original AI, the Care Bears.
Yeah.
Wow, we're solving today's mysteries. All right. Do a real quick thing. Does anybody have any questions for me? I will continue on about Global Comics, but please.
Yeah, I mean, so.
I mean, the chat.
Yeah, I know. Whilst you come up with your questions, yeah, Global Comics, like, so we are trying self-publishing. So we're not comics that's an extra view every time you leave a comment or a heart. That's something. It's more engagement. It builds up our profile. So it is, it's important, when we do these comics and stuff, like, our lifeblood right now is, having you go to
right.
these links. It's, nobody likes going to links, but I mean, it's comics. It's us.
It's
Machine
us.
Corpse. It's fun stuff. It's the God Machine Volume 2 at long last. What do we got? We got a smiley face. When are we getting keychains?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good idea.
We got pins.
We got pins.
I would love a key. I'm trying to build my keychain. My keychain has been. Chan hates it. Like, so Chan has awesome keychain stuff. You've got like this mountain you have to.
I've got a mountain of I've got Jill Thompson
flag that I got from work. I had like some kind of husky thing that I don't know where it came from.
Right, and husky as in the state dog Yukon thing for Connecticut.
I don't know why I even had that. I had the worst keychain ever.
But we could make keychains.
We totally should. That's a really good idea.
Angel Kitty and Devil Kitty finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we can...
Alan Garf.
Alan Garf from...
John died on a Monday.
Yeah. What's our next question? Oh, I'd buy a Good God and Evil God keychain for sure. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. All right, maybe
I'm going to look into it.
That might be the next merch for DragonCon and online. Got to really build up our online
storefront
shop. Yeah. What we got? Yeah, those would be amazing too. Cool. Yeah. What? Evil God, Good God. Ooh.
Into it. Yeah. Even just like logos. Oh, the Machina Corpse logo.
The Machina Corpse logo would be so cool. Oh.
Quick story about our Machina Corpse logo. So
it's a good story.
It was originally Chan designed the sketch of the little skull and the spokes and stuff. The idea of it was yours.
Yeah.
And so we started reaching out to anybody we could find that did logos, and all these people were just like, I'm too busy.
Right.
No, I can't do it.
And when I originally stated what we should look at for logos, I said, I really like the guy who did the Archaea logo.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if we got something like that?
So it turns out this person is Ryan Hughes, who has done, he's like the graphic artist. He's done things for Marvel, DC, and every company in the world. He does all these things. We reach out to him. Not only does he go, yeah, sure, I'll do something for you. He gave us like a discount.
Yeah.
We told him how much money we had, and he's like, I don't want you using all your money. I shouldn't use that.
You shouldn't say that. But the cool thing was he's the logo artist for Archaea. We originally set out to do something very different with the logo, but I got a lot of flack for what I was trying to do because I was trying to find POC and other like people, LGBTQAI plus, but I got some flack for that. I don't know why, but I was like, screw you all, I'm gonna do whatever, I don't care, whatever. I don't know, I just felt so insulted.
Anyways, we ended up with an awesome
most amazing
logo.
What the story?
He was such a sweetheart and awesome to work with, and it was just like, yeah, really cool. I love that logo.
It's the best logo.
Anytime I look at it, it just feels professional. It feels
looks so beautiful,
legit.
Like I sometimes hate companies that have really icky logos, and I'm like, oh, I would love to work with them, but their logo sucks. I'm not gonna name names, but there are a couple out there, and I'm like, ew. So what's our other?
We do have a question here. Is it less stressful to do The God Machine as a webcomic than a fully published book?
Yes, it is less stressful. Because what I'm doing, I'm not doing the full color, but I'm doing a line art with gray tone treatment with textures. And it's helping me get to a place where I feel like I can actually work on it and actually have an audience again for it instead of just making it in a quiet little setting where I can't share it with anybody and I can't do anything. So it like, oh, yay, I made a comic page. Who's going to read this until like X amount of years from now? And so sharing it with people as I'm working on it is a great way to have feedback and understand what's working, what's not working. I mean, the volume 2 is completely written, and it's ready to go, but say if someone's like, oh, that was a bad scene, or, oh, I really like that, I would have liked to have seen more, I could still theoretically do something extra or change verbiage or do something else for the final edition. But it's nice to have this format of webcomics to kind of not do things in the dark and be like held to like people are gonna see it. There's a schedule, you know.
So the thing that we posted today is kind of a good example of what you can expect for volume 2, at least as far as webcomics go.
Yeah.
So while it's posted on Global Comics, it's going to be this. It was originally line art, and then you decided, well, I should add some gray tones. And, oh, okay.
Because you didn't like it.
I have opinions.
But that's okay. I think it does work without the texture, but going forward there'll be texture on the pages, and I'm very excited about it because it adds mood.
Yeah, and eventually down the line, so you're doing it as a webcomic right now, and there's a certain way that you have to do it to be able to do it every week and get through the book. And then the idea is that once you have a full thing, it's lettered, drawn, all the grayscale stuff, the idea you get it done, have the interaction, but still be able to eventually have a book that you can hold in your hands.
Right. We get another. Well, you know, I'd wear a t-shirt. Yes, John. I wish t-shirts are so difficult to actually make commitments on because they require monetary, like you have to pay like thousands of dollars or $1,000 or $500 or whatever to get a print run. And then you gotta hope that people will buy it. Yeah. So you just don't have a stockpile of t-shirts.
It could be a good thing to do as a Kickstarter goal if you make such and such amount.
Maybe I can do some DIY
silk screen.
Iron-ons. We don't do that? Okay.
Hand drawn marker. All right, we got another question here. Volume 1 from, is it K or K-I? K-I? Patty. Hi, Patty. Volume 1 had references to Venture Brothers. Will Volume 2 also have pop culture references? I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
It must.
It must.
Volume 1 was flooded with them.
It was flooded with them for sure.
If not, you need to do another pass and add some pop culture references.
Oh, it's Carrie, not Patty. My bad.
Oh, hi, Carrie.
Patty's got the other account that has K with it. My bad, Carrie. Hi! I'm being an idiot. So I'm... Wow.
I know right in the Tea Party thing that's up today, I know the little Chibi-chan pops up and apologizes for...
Yeah.
So there's that fun stuff still.
That's true. There is fun stuff. I'm like going through... Wow, I'm sure there is. And now we have to go through it with a fine-tuned
Fine-tuned coat.
Yes, that. What's next on the...
Yeah, we got a comment here. There are some print-as-you-go shop options for shirts and sweatshirts, but the cost offset can be rough depending on service.
Right.
Single-color silkscreen could work.
Right.
Yeah, I remember when I was with SLG, they printed up some Emo Boy t-shirts, and I remember they were like, if you sell like a couple, you've done well. Like it's hard to sell these things. But
yeah, like
it would be cool.
I didn't know there was Emo Boy shirts. Are they logo? Was it?
I have one somewhere. I think I have one, but yeah, it doesn't fit me. It's I think Dan Veto's son.
Okay.
Did it? Yeah, and I actually designed like 3 or 4 different shirts that I don't think got made.
Okay.
But
you know what? There's a John Woo reference.
That's right. Which needs to be finalized. Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be finalized,
fun.
but
That's
a fun scene. John Woo, of all things, is not exactly in my wheelhouse, but it's also in there.
I mean, the God Machine is like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Sure.
Was John Woo?
Yeah.
Late 90s?
Yeah, because isn't Face Off?
Yeah. Well, or was it? It was right around that.
No,
era.
Face Off, I think is 97.
Anybody
know
Face
when
Off?
Face Off came out?
John Woo, the rise of John Woo.
Because I think that's late 90s.
I forget. Were you gonna have a thing with like all the pigeons flocking into the sky? Like that's very John Woo.
Maybe it'll be bats.
Yeah.
That's very Chan. But I'm pretty sure we have references.
Late 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right. So
Yeah.
it's supposed to take place in the late 90s. So if
Yeah.
they're going to reference John Woo, we got to make sure.
And it takes place like 99 to like that fall 1999 is
Right.
the actual date.
That was one of the things that you did for the revision is you altered a few references that were past. Was there a Venture Brothers? Oh, there was.
There's a Venture Brothers reference, but I kept it.
You did.
I did keep it in the revision because I figured it was a reference to Iggy, Klaus, and Bowie, and those are actual people that existed before Venture Brothers.
So it's a little wink. You can get away with that.
And also, there's a Doc Hammer painted guy's room. And
Doc Hammer has been painting for a very long time. Yeah. He just knows Doc.
He just knows Doc.
It's explored more fully in Volume 7, I believe.
Yeah, but I did change the songs that are played. I did make sure that they were at least 99. I don't know exactly. Like, I was trying to make sure that some of the songs that I did choose were exactly in that moment. So, like, there was a Mesh song in the party, and there was the lyrics for it, and then I took that all out and I put Wolfsheim instead, which also these lyrics work really well, but that was a 1999 single, and I feel like I was just
writing it.
that's if you were writing it, yeah. What's the...
Are you two planning to promote Volume 2 on the convention circuit or now?
Of cons, I'm doing Dragon Con for sure. I don't think I have enough capital to make other conventions happen this year, which is a little bit of a shame. Otherwise, I would actually be promoting the Global Con black and white editions of Volume 2.
Definitely like promoting a web comic. That's not even like, like when you go and you have the hardcover Volume 1, you can at least make money selling all that stuff back. Like promoting a web comic is more like, I mean, it'd be great promotion, but it's less of a, make your money back kind of thing. Once you have Volume 2, like for sure, that's something you can bring to conventions and
Right. It's just, it's always, conventions are difficult because you have to invest in a lot of things. You have to invest in your materials, your time, your plane tickets, your hotel, your table expenses, like your food expenses. Like it just isn't in the cards just yet for me to do a full-on convention circuit.
It'd be cool if at some point I have like either an Emo Boy collection or John Died collection, and we can really just set up a whole Machina Corps table. Like that would be cool. That'd be really cool.
Get a Machina Corps banner.
Oh, we should totally make the little skull guy with the spokes coming out of him. We want to. One of our big fantasies right now is to get a neon. If anybody knows how to do this, let us know, because we have like a nice big brick wall in the living room that just needs something on it. We want to have like a neon, the logo and some kind of neon like glowing thing up there. Yeah, custom neon sign. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Like, can you do it if it's something like
really intricate?
Yeah, I mean we have variations on the logo that are less intricate. We could have it without the little flowers going around it, but just something would be cool.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so let's see here. We have the first volume up. So right now we have the first 4-page preview on Global Comics, but you can also get, I think each week you uploaded another chapter from Volume 1. Do you want to talk about we talked a little bit about it, but what's different in the revision? So this is our Machina Corps vision of it. We repackaged everything.
We did. It's the bare bones version of it, so you don't get the little illustrations and the new forward from Jill Thompson, but the free stuff is definitely rewritten script. The references, I guess, and that should be good enough. It's kind of like that weird, like it doesn't actually exist in our time, but it does, but doesn't, and it's like, no, Chan, these things matter.
It feels very 99.
It's very 99.
99 back then, like for whatever reason, every few years felt like an entirely different decade. And like 98, 99, 2000, that's such a highly specific period of time, and that's why Guy gets into his whole like rap metal phase. Oh, that's if I was writing it. I'm sorry.
He gets down with the sickness.
He gets very down with the sickness.
Oh, jeez.
That is a fact.
Oh, jeez.
He's down with the sickness. But it's got the vibe, probably because so much of it, that's when you were writing it. It was in that time, but it feels like it. It's got that, like, I don't know, that just kind of grungy, angsty, like, I don't know, there's a vibe.
Yeah, the kids wearing baggy shirts and baggy pants.
Oh no, literally thousands for truly custom. I feel like that's what we need.
Well,
how do we get thousands of dollars? And how do we spend it on that instead of going to like Japan or something? It's gonna be a while.
It's not gonna happen.
Let's just paint something.
I guess we could paint something and add
this place. Lucky new owners.
You're right.
Go to Japan.
We definitely want to go to Japan. Hopefully for our 5-year anniversary. We just have to really get our shit together.
We're gonna get our shit together.
Anyway.
What else do
we also the logo for God Machine changed, and so did the lettering.
Yeah.
Taylor Esposito did the lettering for the interiors. Of course, it doesn't look so good on the website, but that's why you should buy the book. And Phil Balsman did the new logo, and I'm just so in love with that too. New letters made world of a difference because my letters sucked.
Yeah, so I'm lettering volume 2, but I'm basically using what Taylor did as a template. I'm kind of copying that style, so it's going to have kind of a uniform look to it at least.
So it can match with volume 1.
Yeah, that logo is amazing too. It's another thing like the Machina Corpse logo, the God Machine logo. It feels so professional. It feels like
it feels real.
Real, yeah. So it's, if you need inspiration, you just look at that logo and be like, fuck yeah, this is a real thing.
Do we have...
let's see, go to Japan, all those Saturn games waiting for you. Where in Japan?
Yeah, I think it's probably really easy to find, like, in the retro stores, all those Saturn games, just like...
Oh, okay. So we gotta get enough to go to Japan.
And then somehow we gotta get some Saturn games and somehow like package them just so that they don't break.
Oh God.
And then we gotta go see your New Japan Wrestling and
we were younger, also millennial anxiety in 99. Then Woot.
What's that?
Woot. Then Woot.
Oh,
New
then
Millennium. Then 9/11. Yeah.
So,
Millennium, the TV show that followed X-Files, took place in 1999. That's fact.
Yeah. I just remember like 2000 was about to happen, and I'm like in high school. I'm in my senior year, and I was like, okay, this is it. Better be it. I know it's not going to be it, but it better be it. And it's like clock changes to the new year, and like, they lied.
1999 is the only year where 2000 was just about to happen.
Yeah, very different feels. Like, yeah, totally. Like, Saturn games are dirt.
So, like, can we just get them cheap in Japan and then come over here? Or is that specifically the American ones that are so expensive?
So it depends. Everybody cares about.
You know what? Let's forget I said anything. We're not going to go on a spiel about Saturn games because I know this could fill up way too much time.
Cornell knows me so well.
Not the Saturn games.
Not the Saturn games.
Let's see. So we kind of touched on how many volumes will there be. Of course, right now we're just focusing on 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, this was kind of your own question, was why so long for volume 2? So, you said 2007 was when volume 1 first came out.
No, that's when I first started my career in comics.
Oh, okay. It came out, what, 2010?
I think technically, I forget, the preview issue came out in 2009.
In 1999, we partied like it was.
Very good.
Poetic.
So, okay, the history of God Machine is that I signed the contract in 2007. In 2008, we didn't know where the company was going, so things were just kind of paused. 2009, we put out a preview issue to advertise the upcoming graphic novel, and late 2010, the graphic novel from Archaea came out.
And now, in the year 2024.
Yeah. So I made this question because I just figured people probably are wondering. I'm just, I've had a lot of, if you've read Volume 1 Revision, you know the story just a bit. I got a divorce. I moved to New York. I was in a very bad relationship that prevented me from doing anything. And then I had to really figure out how to live on not comics. And so it's taken me a long time, and also there's a lot of bitterness that was in me about comics, period, because there are so many bad things that happened to me within the comics industry that I just didn't know what to do. And also, like, making my own comic for free is really intense. I hate to bring up money, but I mean, comics don't pay. They still don't pay. I mean, this one particularly for doing a web comic, but I figured, like, we went to this party with Dave Roman was hosting a holiday party, and we just got to talking about comics and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do God Machine as a web comic. Just kind of randomly, and then like, wait, did you just say that? It went something like that, but I was like, no, really, maybe I should see this, and maybe I should see this through. And then all of a sudden, come January of this year, I got the creative bug. Like, what the frig? And it's also the schedule from twice a week to once a week, and that was a big thing when I was originally creating the volume one. I used to cry so much, and just like sometimes I would be a week off from doing that book, and I had actual deadlines with the publisher, and it was a struggle. It was a real struggle to get to this point, and I feel more relaxed and I feel more in my element than I have, and I have a very supportive
cohort.
Did I use that word right?
I think so.
Okay, good.
I think we're cohorts.
Yeah, well, it's better than like saying infamous and not knowing what the hell it means.
My infamous cohort.
My infamous cohort.
It's tough. Like, I always think, like, with time, because I'm kind of in the same position where I had these years where I was so productive, and then suddenly time kind of just swims by and life happens. I always think of Slaughterhouse 5 that has this passage about time where he says it's like a river and it just flows at different speeds, and there's some times where it's just barreling down and other times where it just kind of calms and spreads out. And I feel like that's it for the creative life, at least for me, that's true too. There's times where it feels like just getting so much done, so many ideas, so many things you want to do, and then suddenly it's like, wow, what happened? That was a year ago. Like, yeah. Wow, what happened then?
Yeah. So it's complicated, and yeah, that's my. It's complicated for creatives. It just is, and you know, I feel bad that God Machine has lapsed so long. I feel embarrassed. What do we got?
Absinthe making an appearance tonight. You know, if I hadn't fed him just before, I was smart and I fed him just before. I think he's hiding in the closet, possibly.
Oh, I think he is in the closet.
Yeah, he's probably not going to be. If he was hungry, he would definitely join us.
Yeah.
My favorite was when I was on a work call back after his surgery, and he had that giant cone, and he just got right in the camera and just, he looked like the Pixar logo and just like looked over at the camera. Everybody at the work thing was like, oh my God, look at the cat, he's got a cone. It was so cute.
Oh.
He was so affectionate then.
Yeah.
Drugged up and affectionate.
We just need to give him the GABA every day. Yeah.
Gabapentin. Yeah, he loves it.
Gabapentin.
Good thing.
No, we're not going to drug our cat, by the way. He's on kitty Prozac. That's quite enough.
Let's hear. Here's a question I had for you. What can we expect now? Loosely talking, without spoiling everything, what can we expect in Volume 2? Because we've all lived with Volume 1 for so long. We know all those chapters well, and if you don't, you can go to Global Comics and read them right now. But you want to give like a real roundabout preview of what's coming up in the next, however long you're doing volume 2?
Right. So, all right, this is interesting because it's been a moment since I've reread the damn thing. It could help if I.
There's a John Woo sequence.
There's a John Woo sequence
involving ferrets.
It's true. So what we're gonna see is where we left off last, and we're actually gonna see more Satan. The Satan got like a whole 3 pages in volume 1, and this time the man gets to speak a little bit more, and
let him talk,
and some budding of maybe powers as a child.
Right, you kind of go. I know. While I was reading it and we're kind of editing and stuff, you were worried, like, are we going like too far back for too long? Is it not enough story? But it's a really great character building place, kind of seeing the childhood of Guy, and it's fun. There's like magical weird stuff going on, so it's like a look at his home life and that kind of realism, and but also kind of this magical. I like it. I think it's a really great sequence.
Yeah, I mean, like Steve just said, I was really worried about it because like it tonally it shifts, but it really is the building of the character and like trying to understand him from a different point of view, from like this angry, angsty teenager to this cute kid and his teddy bear. We also get to see more antics. Actually, we don't get to see much of Andrew in this one, I believe. But we do get a lovely, cool concert scene with Guy and Andrew and some monsters. I'm very excited about that. And then Concerts and Monsters.
It's a war concert.
And then we also have really focusing in on like good God and trying to figure out this Guy problem.
Got a guy problem. So, not guy problems again.
Not guy problems again. I think that's a pretty decent
yeah, it's good. I know when I finished reading it, I wanted it to exist. Because if you've read and enjoyed volume 1, it's more. It's more of the same, and I'm just like, I want to see these scenes now. I want to see this all drawn out. This is so good.
It also kind of encaps volume 1, so you kind of have a complete story, but also there's hints that there's more. Obviously, since I've got like friggin' too much in my head.
30 volumes.
30 volumes? No! What else we got in here?
Well,
yay, Satan. Sickness? Oh, yeah, there's more sickness, for sure. Trying to remember that dream. Oh, that's a good dream sequence. Ooh, I wish I could talk about that. It's just the visuals of it, like light bulbs and swords and blood and all sorts of like really cool shit. Like sicknesses, and there's hints that she might be a little bit more than what we
oh boy, let's see. So I mean that's what I penciled out here. I was gonna wrap things up with how important is it for fans to show up at Global Comics, but I think we did kind of talk about that. That goes for our YouTube videos, for social media stuff.
I mean, like
YouTube video that like comment, subscribe, like yep, it's almost meaningless when you hear it, but it's like that's literally how that's the transaction. It's the only way. Like if YouTube gets a bunch of likes on a video, if it gets comments, then it knows, okay, I should show this to people.
Well,
Because
even
otherwise it just hides content. All those social media things do.
Yeah.
It's like those algorithms.
and I don't know what Global Comics does, but I'm sure they look at the numbers, and they've been very helpful too. By the way,
They've been great. Yeah.
they've been really great. We reached out to them, and they've helped cross promote, and we're going to do an interview with them pretty soon. So that's really exciting, and they've just been really good, solid people.
Mhm.
But it helps. I mean, comments always help because, like, you know, sometimes like you can post comments to these pages and chapters and stuff like that on Global Comics, and it's helpful for me because I can be like, oh, they liked it, cool.
Yeah, I mean, going even a step further than algorithms and getting, the program to recognize you and actually show your content. Like, besides all that, like, I don't know, sometimes you do these, like, web comics and it's just, like, it's crickets and silence and you're like, is anybody even looking? And literally getting, like, a comment like, this is great, this is funny, I laughed. Like, it's like, oh, okay. Somebody, like, people will just casually in conversation go, oh, I really like that comic you did about such and such. That was hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm a big fan of it. I read it all the time. It's like, man, I wish you would have said something because that would have been great to hear when,
Yeah.
when you're sitting there trying to get the next update out and stuff. It's like that little bit of encouragement and support. It goes a very long way.
So please comment on Steve's comics so he actually makes them.
I'm a fragile artist.
You're a fragile. I am a fragile artist.
You are
too.
literally fragile. Your wrist. Help support Chan's wrist with compliments. Use the Care Bear method of love fixing.
Yeah, fix me with love. That's all you need is love.
Be a
love,
Care Bear.
Love. Be a Care Bear, but don't use your Care Bear stare to be a.
I want to. Oh, that's one of my John Died ideas. Is I want to have the stare bears. They just like, they just accusingly stare at you. They're just these very uncomfortable bears. If you like that, yeah, John Died on a Monday. A Global Comics.
Just go to machinacorpse.com.
Yes.
It'll take you there. You can be like, all right, what the hell is this John Died thing? And it's like, that's interesting. These are some cool comics. Any other questions?
Yeah, you guys got anything else? Stare bear equals a cat.
That's
oh my
true.
God, it is. Yeah, that's absinthe.
Oh, he's
We
got.
will feed that cat, and then we'll be like, "All right, come to bed, buddy," and he will just sit there and stare at me, and I'm like, "No, I fed you.
Yeah.
You got food. You stopped looking
then
at me."
He stares at you, like while you're working, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it says 3:00. I get up, I go feed him.
Wait, has he had his 3:20 yet? He's asking for his 3:20.
Is it 4:20 yet? Has he had his intro moment in Volume 2? No, I don't think so. Huh.
I don't know what that means.
Hank Fincher?
Yeah, I know who Hank Venture. What's a Hank Venture moment? Just any.
Like, I'm the bat. You know.
Well, we did say there'd be bats.
That's true.
Stick to the mission.
I don't know if there'll be any like overt Venture Brothers moments. I mean, I did have a bunch of random things being said, but I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, Venture Brothers is such lifeblood that I might have accidentally put a Venture Brothers moment in Volume 2. I mean, it's very possible. Let's see. This is the feline way.
It's so funny because we're always like, our cat's so crazy, but we know every single cat is like that. But it feels like this is our cat. He's absolutely certifiably insane.
Yes.
I know every single cat thinks it's kibble time all the time. It's
he wants to kibby all the time. Kibby all the time.
He's got a lot of
Kibby
songs
all the
too.
time. Yeah, we keep on changing all the lyrics to like popular songs. If you can call Eddie Murphy's Party All the Time popular.
It's popular at one point.
Was it? I guess that was his big hit, and then the Michael Jackson one, right?
I only found out about the Michael Jackson one like literally a year or two
That's
ago.
so weird.
I know, and I know I'm a fan of Michael Jackson and familiar vaguely with Eddie Murphy's musical output. So the fact that they did a song together and had a batshit insane music video, did not know. It was the discovery of 2020 decade.
Yes. Monarch moments everywhere. I mean, that's not. I mean, I could probably have Guy go, but nobody would get it. There's a little asterisk that said like.
And narrate the next like Kickstarter video. Could be Monarch voice.
Oh yeah. Oh. John says I was there.
Yeah.
Party all the time was big. Okay. All right. I.
That's a fact.
Okay, it's a fact. It's a fact, Jack.
Eddie Murphy alone was.
Oh, he was big.
Yes.
He was it.
He was the thing.
Pinnacle. I guess he plateaued in the late 90s and then.
Plateaued in the late 90s. I don't know. I'd say he was.
He's like 80s icon. 90s he had those.
You cannot have this, Eddie Murphy. You know, he had some controversy, and I think he did not quite recover from that. He still had some success in movies, but obviously, like the Beverly Hills Cops.
Right.
When was that? Early 90s to.
I thought that was 80s. That was like 89.
Yeah, I think 3 was in the early 90s.
Okay. But then he did those Disney movies, the Nutty Professor.
Let's just talk about Saturn games.
We'll talk about Saturn games and Eddie Murphy. What?
Yeah. Mushu.
Mushu. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's
He's always had a career.
Yeah. So that was double.
I did a whole John Died on a Monday comic about that Party All the Time song.
Yeah, and then I did a Eddie Murphy comic too that I never drew.
You didn't draw it. Yeah. Right. You did one about Mushu the dragon coming into the.
And talking about Szechuan sauce. Acronel's like, yes, I'm all about Southern talk. Yes. I could go on forever about that. I do love Saturn. I haven't played in a long time.
No, we have this stuff where it's tough to like. I've had the itch to play old video games for like literally weeks now.
Yeah.
And you would think thered be some point where I go, you know what, I'm going to just do it. But somehow I don't.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm talking about. Time slipping by. Just days go by. And it's like, you know, I should work on comics. Yeah. I should just take a night off and, you know, relax.
And I always, like, so when my hands hurt, I'm like, well, I should pivot to something else. Something fun like my hobbies, right?
Street Fighter 2.
And then, I'm going to be a sad sack tonight. He wants to kibby all the time, kibby all the time, kibby all the time.
The kibby dance.
My high Saturn is right here. My desk attached to my monitor. That is a collector's item. A good.
What is a high Saturn?
So is it a hibachi?
It's a hibachi Saturn.
So you open it up and then you put the steak on the.
You get the fire going.
Oh my god! I want a hibachi Saturn now.
Let's get on it.
Let's get on that.
Yeah.
So we'll make a silver hibachi Saturn.
You can cook food on it.
Yeah, like maybe cast iron or something like that. And yeah, I love it. What Acronel, what's a high stand for in the Saturn? I think it's a company's name that produced that Saturn.
It's like a Hello Kitty.
There's a Hello Kitty Dreamcast that I want. Oh. That's the one that comes up in the like technology peaked at this time graphic where everything's like see-through. We're not setting a car on fire for Hibachi Saturn. What? No. I don't even know. Like, I just bocce Saturn now. I need to illustrate that. If I had the time to do that, I would illustrate that.
Right after we play some retro games.
Right after we play some retro games, we're gonna play some friggin' Street Fighter Alpha 2, because
Alpha 2.
Alpha 2 or 02.
Oh, okay.
See, Japanese people make things complicated with
Oh
their...
my god. Well, Street Fighter is
Street Fighter 02.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to write that down as a
Hitachi. There we go. That's what I thought.
Hitachi.
Company that made the disc drive. Sega licensed out the rights to build Saturns to certain manufacturers, also including Victor and GVC. They would even have them in like limousines, like special editions of Saturns. Oh yeah.
It's such a
it's so niche.
Yeah.
That's so niche. I love it.
Somehow I floated right, but I went PlayStation.
You went PlayStation.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody went PlayStation.
Right.
I did not. I wrote down the pros and cons of both systems, and I really did.
You did your due diligence.
It's like, what
You're
games are
still
coming?
like kind of angry at Final Fantasy VII because you're like, oh, it's that other system.
Well, no, not Final Fantasy VII.
No, didn't I could have sworn we had a conversation about that.
I'm sure. I'm trying to remember what game it was. It might have been Final Fantasy VII. I don't know. Hitachi made a couple of models. One had a screen and GPS attached, which I wish I was the one I had. Yeah, I get you.
We opened the box. How about that God Machine?
How about that God Machine? There's a Saturn in the God Machine.
Is there a Saturn and God Machine playing too? I don't think there is.
I don't think there is, because we don't get to go into Andrew's house in Volume 2, and that's
Maybe
where
you'll sneak one in the background somewhere.
Sure.
What would Guy have in the childhood scene? When does that take place?
So that takes place in the 80s.
Okay.
So
Did he
he'd
have a
have-
Nintendo?
Yeah, he would have a Nintendo.
Okay.
He would have an NES, or maybe a Atari 2600.
Did you have an Atari?
Lindsay did. My cousin Lindsay, we were growing up, her dad, it was actually her dad's hand-me-down, so she had the Atari, and then I was the first one to get a modern system. Oh god, that sounds awful, but I think the Atari was semi-modern at the time, but I think it had died. When did it die? What was the death of gaming? Was like 1983?
Love that. I remember my dad got like this box of games, but I think half of them were like 5200 or something. They were a different Atari system. So I could never understand why I couldn't play these specific games. I was always trying to like jam it in, like, why won't this work?
I'm still surprised that me and Lindsay had E.T. and Superman, which I think are probably some of the worst things ever. Let's see. And now I want to play on Saturn. I just have a standard version, but it's still good. Old school NES. Evil God should steal it from Andrew later on. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Before Atari 2600, home gaming was pretty variations of Pong. That's true.
Angry Video Game Nerd did a whole video on all the different variations of Pong machines. Like there were a million Pongs.
Wait, when did Commodore come out?
I don't know.
Dang.
Chat. When did the Commodore come out? When did the Commodores come out?
The Commodores. There's multiple Commodores.
Lionel Richie and the Commodores.
Oh, okay.
Easy like Sunday. Yeah. I'm old.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm old too.
So we were talking about
video games.
Pong and Atari. And John died. John died on a Monday. It's for the olds.
It's for us.
If you like ridiculous old references to crap, that's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, John died on a Monday is pretty cool. I mean, it comes from our conversation, so of course
Yeah.
it's gonna be like.
We had one just today. We were just, what were we talking about? I wrote it down.
Oh, the turtle and the captain pirate thing. The art. Test.
Yeah. So we were watching Old Mystery Science Theater, and a commercial came on that like, can you draw this turtle? You could be going to arts. This could be a John Dice show. Let me write this down.
Oh, let's see. Perhaps God Machine mini games collection is in order. Oh my god. Oh my god, that would be so cool.
I'm gonna learn how to make video. We should do the retro, or what's it called, RPG Maker.
Right.
That would be fun.
Oh man, give up on comics just to make a RPG of it and then tell the story that way.
Yeah, I mean, it would be so fun to do. I've always wanted to do an RPG Maker, but it's such a time.
Yeah,
it's a what's the word I'm looking for? Time commitment.
Yeah.
Just to learn it, just to make it.
We definitely need somebody who knows how to make games, and I would want it retro style. Because I cannot process the 3D. I do not have 3D processing equipment in my software.
Yeah, there was a time where I was like, could I learn how to make a game? Because I did make games with somebody that was a programmer, and I did all the art and animation and stuff. And we did a handful of games. Penumbra was our big hit game. But there was a time where I thought, like, maybe I could just, like, figure out how to program a game on my own. And I did do a lot of, like, research on it. But it's like anything. Like, there's times where I thought, could I be a book cover designer, which you've thought as well, or be an illustrator. And I'm just going to abandon this whole path and start down a new one.
It's scary.
It's very scary, yeah. And so we're stuck on the path of
Comics.
Comic books.
Why?
But I mean, The God Machine is a great comic
It's a
book.
great comic. You should totally read it and totally encourage me to do it.
Yeah. Steve, those old comics you do are hilarious.
I'm all for games, but never give up on comics. I love it all.
See,
Thank you.
That's what we needed. Yes.
John says you could do a comic about the adventures of can you draw this character?
The new protagonist is turtle guy that smiles and he's always in the little circle. I actually kind of love that.
Oh, I kind of love that too. Super Famicom is the target style would be cool. Yeah, like that 16-bit, like, because 8-bit is a little rough. 16-bit.
It's easier to do that.
Yeah.
Atari would be the easiest to do.
Right. Why? Because you've got a story to tell. That's true. Thank you, Vanessa.
Reconnection successful. If we just
excellent connection. Okay.
Yeah, I see it now.
So we're in and out, I guess.
Have we been? Was that the first time it disconnected?
I don't know. We're back.
We're back.
Sorry if there was a low there, but we were just talking about how
it was witty. It was insightful. We cried. We laughed.
We mentioned the secret of the universe.
Yeah.
You know?
Who'd have thunk? It's really obvious when
you think about it.
Yeah. It's right there all along.
All along.
All you need is love.
All you need is love in comics.
Comics.
Mine keeps blinking. I thought it was just me. Oh.
Oof. Well, you guys missed some good stuff.
Technology. We were actually worried that this wasn't going to work tonight.
Oh, yeah. We were trying to figure this out literally seconds before we started streaming. We were in the other room. We were in different rooms. Somehow we crammed chairs into here, getting the program running. Yeah, this was right up to the last second.
Correct.
42. So we were okay. We came up with it on our own, though. We did the actual math.
We did the math and the tracks.
42,
yeah. 42, yeah.
41 would have just been the destruction of everything.
That's right. I'm sure Douglas Adams has would have had something to say about it. There we go. I do want to do a video game now.
You can work on it whenever your wrist isn't. You could probably do that. That's not like.
That's actually true.
It's not Ninja Gaiden button mashing. That's something nice and. I'm not really. Is it like a computer thing mostly, or
what, like
the RPG Maker?
I'm not sure. I don't even know if that would be the way to go.
You're just gonna learn programming from scratch?
No.
Okay.
So that's when you grab somebody and it's like, you will make this for me. I will come up with assets for you.
Right. Yeah, I had a good situation going with that.
You did. Man, it's a shame we're not in contact with that person. Oh well.
Dun, dun,
dun dun dun. Any other questions? I don't.
Yeah, you guys
this
got
is
anything?
pretty fun.
Yeah, at some point we're thinking of doing like some kind of Twitch art stream, or like have like Art Tuesdays, and we'll just sit and talk and draw together. But we just got to figure out how to do the setup. But we should be like those cool Twitch streams that have like all the graphics packages.
Yeah.
And like all corpsed out and cool.
Corpsed out.
Corpsed out, bro.
Corpsed out.
Totally corpsed.
Come join the corpses for their drying session.
That's tuh.
Tuh.
That's tuh.
That's tuh.
Tuh.
Tuh. Tuh. Tuh. Sucks. Thank you.
Good stuff.
That's
We started a rewatch not too long ago. We were trying to get through the whole series again in time for the Baboon Hearts.
Yeah, blood of the Blaboon, blah 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 blah.
The
blah,
Blaboon.
blah, blah. The special, the movie, whatever.
The
you
heart
call it.
of the. What was
Wow.
You should totally
I got
know
a
this.
T-shirt of it. I'm on mobile and my fingers stroked out on me.
Oh my! Oh.
Well, products of Venture Brothers stuff for us, anyways.
Right.
It all comes back to Venture Brothers.
Yeah, we got about halfway through, and then we were like, it's just coming out. Let's go back to watching Drag Race. But at some point, we got to pick it back up.
Yeah, we do. I feel like that it's necessary. Because Venture Brothers is life. And Mystery Science Theater.
And 42.
And 42.
Mm.
I'm 42 this year.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
my magical year. Maybe that's what my brain's like, yes, it's time to make comics.
I am past my freshness date.
Oh. And the old jokes keep coming.
It's so funny because I say this all the time. Like in 20 years from now, I'm going to be like, oh, shut up. You were so young. You had so much time and energy. You could have done everything. And it's like I try to listen to like 60-something-year-old Steve and be like, you're right. I got to make good use of this time, because I know in the biggest scheme of things, there's a time where I'm going to be like, oh, I wish I was 45.
Vanessa says, me too, Steve.
Yeah, I think it's a universal thing.
Don't remind
Everything.
me of my bone.
What's
My
that?
bones are murder. Yeah, geez, sorry.
It always feels like everything past whatever age you are is old, and everything before it is young.
Yeah.
Like there was a time where I was like 45. That's really old, and you're just kind of always yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like Undertale. In spite of it all, it's still you. My grandmother wasn't. It's deep. My grandmother, shortly before she died, she told me, we had a conversation about it. She's like, in my head, I still feel like I'm 18. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
But I believe it. You probably just always feel like yourself.
Right. I mean, like, I feel like a better version of myself.
You're like wine. You're improving. Except for your wrist.
And my bones.
Freaking bones. That's why we got to take care of ourselves now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I was telling one of my friends the other day, like, now is the time. They're in their 30s. Like, take care of yourself right now at this moment. because it's going to get harder and harder. It's already hard right now in 40s to just try to take care of yourself, and it's difficult. I mean, like,
anytime I see an older person that's like in good shape and they sound with it, like there are times like I'll just randomly talk to somebody that's kind of old and I'm like, oh, they're witty, they got energy. I'm like, maybe it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It'll just take care of you.
Yeah, the bone spurs and other random things like that occurs is just not fun.
But the God Machine is back. It's volume 2. It's on Global Comics every single Thursday. How lucky are we?
Wow!
What is it, like 1 page, 2 pages?
2 pages coming up on the one.
It's gonna have a little bit of color and some texture in it. That's amazing.
Wow!
Whoa,
the God Machine. What? Comics.
Back.
It's back.
Thanks, Machina Corps.
Wow, thank you for digging us out of the
Oh, just wait until our art Twitch streams.
That's gonna be really bad. Like we're gonna be like just talking about like, yeah, I'm old. Are you old? Okay.
All my friends are dying.
No.
I got more friends under the ground than above it.
God. You know, I remember distinctly being in my 20s and thinking like how old I felt.
Well, you see it online. You see people are like, can I get into the industry? I'm 23 already. And
Right.
it's like,
older than ever before.
oh, is that a They Might Be Giants reference?
Yeah. And now you're older still.
Yeah. Oh, no.
You've ever been, and now you're even older. Now you're even older.
Good band.
Very good band.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen them 3 times, I think.
This is They Might Be 2 halves. One half was for like people that can drink, and one half was for like the younger audience. I don't drink, so me and my friends were just over in the younger audience. And there was this guy that looked like a wrestler, and he's like, come on, it's the Giants. And he was just knocking people over and throwing them on the ground because he's like, let's party. But like, this guy did not belong with all these nerds. These like little skinny teenage nerds were just getting mauled by this dude who's just having the time of his life. But it was a good concert. I don't know. They Might Be Giants.
They Might Be Giants always puts on a really good show.
Yeah.
Like, it's a party. Like, there's conga lines and, like...
They had, like, these...
They had puppets one year.
Yeah, they had these poles that had, like, skeletons, and they were, like, hanging it out over the audience and stuff. So these skeletons were dancing around.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Let's see. Also, remember, you can join ARP at any age. What?
No, we changed the topic. The God Machine.
The God Machine and They Might Be Giants.
The God Machine can join AARP now.
So I didn't They Might Be Giants references. I know I made a Star Trek reference.
Right.
A very obscure Star Trek reference in the first book.
The Ben and Jerry's.
Oh, that's right. Now I have 2.
You had 2 of them.
So it's Bev and Jordy is the parody of
Ben and Jordy instead of Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, and then like.
And you say something about like space hippie or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, to like make it kind of clarify that joke. It's a
What's
far
the-
out joke. The other one is guy's former doctor that they mention is Dr. Louis Zimmerman, which is exact reference to the guy who created the EMG, the emergency medical holographic doctor thingamabobby for Voyager, and he also shows up in Deep Space Nine.
Okay, so that is meant to be over my head. 'Cause I have no
Yeah.
idea.
That is
Deep cut.
it's a deep cut.
You could tell it's a God Machine party because we've got our waters.
Oh
flowing.
yeah. Oh, what are we doing here? Well,
We should have been drinking.
we should have been drinking.
We should be drunk by now.
We should be like, God Machine.
Yeah. Once we start our drawing Twitch, we'll introduce booze.
Yeah. We'll make craft cocktails. DS9 is
So
my bread and butter these days. Oh,
That's what
cool.
we just started. I always liked the idea of Star Trek. I never really watched it until I watched Picard with Chan, because Chan was trying to find time to watch Picard, and I was like, let's just watch it with dinner, and I got like super into it. We started watching Next Gen. We got through all of Next Gen, loved it. So we're like 5 or 6 episodes into Deep Space Nine, and I'm trying to adjust. I'm trying to get used to it. You say that I'm going to love the cast with time.
Yeah.
I'm just, I don't know. You gotta watch more.
I think we're about to watch a Abuse O'Brien episode.
Abuse O'Brien?
Yeah, O'Brien episode TM, because there's multiple episodes where this poor man gets tortured every single friggin' time. Like, seriously. Ooh, drink and draw, yeah. By the by, you can legitimately learn Klingon through Duolingo. I did know that, I think.
They...
Kapla!
What is that? Why is there a thumb? Oh.
Lower Decks is
Did
awesome.
that happen? Did you just do that?
Oh, I probably did, yeah.
How do we...
It's an Apple thing.
How did that happen?
This was just happening to I don't know. If you do this, it's supposed to be like rainy times.
Oh, no.
Vanessa said Lower Decks is so awesome. Many deep cuts, enjoyable if you don't get references. We'll have to hit the newer shows.
I want to see the new one. I want to see Strange New Worlds. I want to,
yeah.
But like, there's only so much time. We got so much Drag Race to watch
got so
for
much
the 12th time.
For the 12th time, yeah.
So much Mystery Science Theater to always be watched.
We have problems.
We are trying to get into just watching regular movies again. This weekend we watched a Wes Anderson movie, and we watched Evangelion at the theater, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And like, that used to be such an inspirational thing for me, was just watching movies, and we just don't do it anymore.
We just don't.
Trying to get back into it. We want to get the Criterion Channel.
Yeah, we're definitely thinking about that, but we have to like really carve out some time, and it's so difficult to watch things.
It's hard to play video games. It's hard to watch things. No, you know what? It's okay, because the God Machine is coming back. It's coming back, and we are sacrificing all social life, all entertainment to make this fucking thing happen. And we're doing it for the people. For the people. If they would just like and comment and subscribe and show us that it's all worth it.
Go to machinecorpse.com.
Stop doing this comic. Go watch movies. What's wrong with you? Feed your damn cat. He's hungry.
Give him the drugs.
He wants his gabapentin.
He wants his GABA GABA.
He says, put the cone back on.
Put the cone back on. Give me the GABA. Leave the catnip in the front. And God Machine Volume 27 coming. 2037.
Date subject to change. That's the kind of thing I would do. Like every webcomic I've done, I've plotted out so far in advance, only for like 5 episodes in to be like, maybe I should do something else. But like, that'd be such a thing to be like, we're bringing back God Machine, and here's the schedule for the next 30 years. Volume 3 is going to be the big project in 2027.
Probably.
Yeah, you just don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
That's how you jinx it.
That's how you jinx it, yeah. Volume 3 is still in, it's written.
It's fully, is it written or is it plotted?
Plotted. It's definitely plotted, and it's got. I wrote a lot about it, and I've written a scene that I don't know where that goes. Oh, maybe it's showing us when people, because I don't think it's us. Is it us? Are we the drama?
Are we the thumbs? I don't think it is. I don't think it's us.
Okay, cool.
Wow, it looks like it would be on screen, but it's not.
I don't know.
I gotta go this way.
What was I saying? Oh, Volume 3, yeah. Oh, I wrote a scene that's the most devastating thing I've ever written in my whole life. It's really dark, really like, oh, really? You're gonna take it this way? This is a lot.
That's called a teaser.
That's a teaser. That's a real big teaser. Maybe I'll somehow I think it might be volume 4, actually. That's a volume 4 deep cut. Any more questions before we wrap things up?
Right.
Because we've been talking for an hour and 30 something minutes.
That's the longest I've ever talked.
Wow.
Mm.
And now you will go back to not talking. Any last questions?
You guys need any advice about growing old, facing the dark onslaught of age?
What's everyone's favorite sandwich?
There we go. BLT.
Caprice.
Capri Sun.
Yeah. You just put the Capri
Two of them
Sun
together. Get the little straws. I said BLT very promptly, but I like anything that has I like pepperoni and things that are delicious. I like delicious things a lot.
Grilled cheese is also can be really epic. Do some.
I'm hungry.
Oh, bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese.
We make. Oh my god! If we get a bacon, egg, and cheese somewhere else that's not here.
Well, I'll tell you what. We make really good bacon, egg, and cheese. But if you're in New York City, I'm sorry, John, I suggested this to you. With bacon, egg, and cheese is just friggin' go to a deli and it satisfies.
Let's make a point of it on Friday.
Okay.
We're gonna go to New York on Friday.
Cool.
But we don't have time for video games or movies. Just bacon, egg, and cheese and going to New York.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. Oh my god. I want extra provolone on my cheese.
Right, I'll try to remember that.
I'll
Remember, darling, you wanted extra provolone. It's my bacon, egg, and cheese voice.
It's my bacon, egg, and cheese. Oh my god. I must have your finest of rolls and your boar's head cheese.
Extra provolone.
Extra provolone. And I'll take your best boar's head bacon.
With the Monty Python pepper pot.
And I'll have a drink from one of your refrigerators.
And now you still beverage your finest agua.
Your finest agua, your smart water.
I agree, Vanessa. I need a sandwich now.
I want a sandwich now too.
I'm trying to think of what we have that's comparable, and I don't think there's much.
No. It's really sad. Oh my evil god. Oh my limbo god. All three of them are back. Those.
Stephen. So close to sign it off.
Oh, Joe. Hi, Joe. The God Machine.
Photo. I'm thinking of Uncle Albert.
Yeah, I was thinking of that too. What does he even say? Paul going into Paul mode. He's a crazy, crazy person. That's when you know.
Butterfly.
Butter pie. Water, hands across the sky. A musical conversation. There will definitely be musical references in Volume 2.
So if that doesn't get you going, if that's not enough to get you over to Global Comics, then we just cannot help you. You don't like musical references?
You don't like comics?
Wow.
What?
What else do you hate?
Breaking the hearts of comic creators?
Yeah. This was a mistake.
Alright, last call for
Yeah, God forbid we did have booze.
colored tomatoes sometimes.
Oh yeah, we do, yeah. I like whenever I do a salad, I like to get as many color variations as possible because I feel like that makes me fancy. It does, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It's important to be fancy when having salads.
It's important to be fancy when you're. It's important to be fancy. I don't know.
When you're posting the God Machine every Thursday on Global Comics.
Wow.
Volume 2 launches this Thursday in just 2 days. Yesterday, if you're watching this on Friday.
Whoa.
Goodness.
Oh
it's
my
amazing.
God. Oh wow.
All right. Anyways, thank you, everybody, for enduring this marathon.
We really appreciate it.
This was movie length.
This was movie length.
This is the length of End of Evangelion.
Yeah, actually. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us and your questions and being lovely, wonderful people and dealing with our crazy. We are not old. No one is old. Everybody is young and youthful.
Boop that subscribe.
Boop it. Oh, that's a fun one. Well, what's a very spooky way of saying
Haunt.
haunt it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haunt
Always
that
good to hear
subscribe
the
button.
God Machine news. Oh.
Yeah.
Making comics. I'm just gonna turn into like one of those bendy wind things.
Oh wow. That's what you're doing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I am. Or
It's across the water.
hands across the sky. So yeah, it's me on doing art. Steve on letters. He's also my editor.
I play the bass too. No, I don't. I don't play the bass.
Anyways, I hope you all have a great night. Please check us out, machinacorpse.com, or just look us up on globalcomics.com. And again, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have an excellent night wherever you may be. And I'm going to somehow clumsily end this broadcast. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a great night. See you out there on the funny papers.
Toodles.
Oh, and stay spooky.
Yes, cut before I say toodles.
Oh, oops. Bye.